And we're back to another episode of In the Frame. Beside me, we have a very special guest. You may know her from Instagram. You may know her from events. You may know her from Energize Z Fitness. We have Eliza.
Thank you, DJ.
I can take the frame.
Oh my God, I love the frame. That is such a fun prop. Wow, I am so grateful to be here, and thank you so much for inviting me. This is so cool.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Why don't you tell me about this right here?
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share this super exciting event. So this this is Jessica Exposito. So in 12 days, we are bringing Jessica Exposito all the way from Barcelona, Spain, and she is coming to do a Zumba masterclass.
Wow.
So a masterclass, I'm just going to put this down so I'm a little shaky because I'm so excited. A Zumba masterclass is typically like a 90-minute dance class.
Yeah.
But really the event is for all fitness levels, anybody that wants to come and get some good energy. So she's absolutely inspirational. I'm so excited to bring her to Winnipeg for the first time. And this event is the Energize Zumba Masterclass. It's actually a fundraiser.
Wow.
And so this year we've partnered with Run for the Cure Winnipeg,
Yeah.
which is in support of Canadian Cancer Society. And so a portion of the proceeds from this event is going to be donated. Thank you.
That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
Wow, that's great.
I'm so excited.
So is this Jessica Exposito in the picture?
Yes.
Because I'm seeing this picture a lot. I'm like, who is this?
This is Jessica Exposito, and she looks just like that. There's no filters on there. She's so beautiful, but truly in her soul, she's the most humble and the most inspirational.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited for Winnipeg to meet her. I cried when I took her class last summer. So I knew that I had to share that energy with everyone.
Wow. I'm just going to go put this on the table.
Yes.
I don't want to just throw it down.
Yes. You can keep it. You can put it everywhere. Put it all over the studio.
Wow. So Jessica Exposito. That's really cool. So Eliza, now that we got the event out of the way, why don't you tell me about yourself? Give me a little introduction on what exactly you do.
Sure. So I am an entrepreneur. I own Energize Z Fitness, and I started that in January 2023. And it started off as a small business. Really, I was working full time, and Zumba was just my outlet for stress.
Yeah.
I just wanted a fun way to exercise without feeling like I was exercising.
Yeah.
So Zumba really gives me that energy. I get really lost in the music. And so a friend of mine really inspired me to go through and put together my own program.
Yeah.
And so I teach, twice a week. And fast forward to 2024 when I hosted my very first Zumba masterclass, and my heart was really gravitating towards doing more of that work, being with people, organizing events. And so long story short, I actually left my full-time job last May.
What?
To fully pursue my business.
Wow.
Yes, thank you.
That is huge.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
That is such a cool effect. No, I've really grown a lot. And actually, to be able to say that with confidence now is so different from last year because it was a very big risk and it was really scary.
Oh, yeah.
But really, the decision was based on my mental health.
Yeah.
And I was really going through a lot of burnout with my full-time job. And, my heart was really wanting to pursue something that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. And where I can still be there for my kids because I'm a mom. I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sebastian and Viola. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And to do all of this
Yeah.
at just 27 years old.
Oh, actually, thank you. I'm actually 33, but I'm really grateful that I had the support of my family and my friends and my Zumba fam. That's what we call everybody in the class.
Zumba fam.
The Zumba fam. Yeah, you'll be part of the Zumba fam because
Yeah,
you'll be there,
I'll
right?
be there, of course.
Yeah, everyone's welcome. So,
Wow.
yeah. I've had a lot of growth, but I feel very blessed
Yeah.
to pursue what I love,
Mm-hmm.
and just to share that good energy.
And to take that jump, I feel like that's every entrepreneur's dream, really.
Yes. I mean, I really didn't like imagine that I would be where I am now. I didn't think that Zumba would be something that I would pursue full time. And really, it's what I do is beyond Zumba. Like, I love doing events where I can, like, community-based events where I can bring people together. So
Yeah.
Zumba is just like a platform,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really helped me to connect with people, do events. So I'm really proud to be where
Yeah.
I am, and
No, that's really cool, actually.
thank you.
So it's funny how I came across you and your account. You never really see Zumba businesses on TikTok or Instagram, at least from Winnipeg,
Yes.
like from what I've seen. And when I saw your content and the amount that you post, and I can see the passion that you have for
Oh,
the business
thank you.
and the events that you host, like everything is like way up there, somewhere like I would like to be. And tell me about the process of doing all that content creation and also balancing classes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So I really don't know how I managed to do it all. I have a lot of energy.
Yeah. Super mom.
That's yes. Well,
Yeah.
that's the brand, right? Energize Z Fitness. The process, gosh, I think I really just jumped into it because it just felt like a small business. I'm just doing Zumba and kind of learned along the way. So the
Yeah.
first year was just all about like figuring out my goals,
Mm-hmm.
the brand, what I really wanted it to become. And then the second year when I decided to host my first masterclass, and I brought in a presenter from Montreal, super inspirational, super inspiring. That was the year last year where I had the most challenges mentally, but then it really pushed me forward into, okay, I'm gonna do this full on, and just give her. I really don't know that I can give much advice other than to just lead with passion.
Yeah.
I think when you're super passionate about something, it shows in the work that you do,
Yeah.
in the people you talk to, in the content you create. So I think if you genuinely love what you do, it all just comes together, you know?
Yeah.
And not every day is easy, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely hard days. So I think it's so important to prioritize your mental health. And that's the biggest thing for me. So I go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I do my Zumba. I try to, stay connected with friends, and just like if I'm having a day where I'm burning out, just to make sure that I accept those feelings. So, yeah, but you'll get there. You know what? Like, this is so cool that you're doing this,
Thank
and
you.
it's amazing. It's an amazing setup. It's cool that you're doing what you love,
Yeah.
and I'll interview you a year from now, okay?
Yeah. During a Zumba class. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that'll be so fun. Yeah, you'll have to dance
Yeah.
and
answer the
talk.
questions.
Yeah, that's a true challenge. But we make a lot of exciting sounds in Zumba, like ooh ooh. So if I look at you and I do ooh ooh, you have to
Yeah.
do it too.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, there you go. And you got to do the moves. Okay,
And the
that's
moves?
the shuffle.
Yeah.
Ooh ooh. Yes.
So, how would you explain what Zumba is to someone who has never heard of Zumba before?
Oh, wow. So I would say Zumba is the most fun you'll ever have. Really, it's a Latin-inspired form of fitness, so similar to aerobics, but a lot more fun.
Yeah.
And I would say that it's a high-energy cardio experience that doesn't feel like a workout at all, because if
Yeah.
you love the music, you get lost in it, you're present, and just everything else on the outside doesn't matter. So I
Yeah.
think I always give a free trial class for anybody that comes to my classes, so that they can see if they love the music. Because
Yeah.
if you don't like the music, it's a little bit tough to get into. But if you love it, it's the hour goes by too quickly, and they're like more. So
Yeah.
it's so much fun.
So where is Energize Z Fitness held?
Yes. So I teach every week, Monday and Wednesdays, at the Vinsley Recreation Center. It's 1295 Salter Street.
Yeah.
The classes are at 6:15 p.m. and we open the doors at 6. So you can come in, feel the room, get
Yeah.
yourself cozy. So I do that every week, but I also teach a monthly class at Overtime Fitness.
Okay.
And then I do a lot of events.
Wow.
So through the summer, it's all Zumba. It's
Yeah.
Zumba love everywhere. So I do like corporate wellness classes, so staff get-togethers, private birthday parties, a lot of shows, different fundraising initiatives.
Which is something that I've noticed too. All the events that you host, which wanted me to ask, like, what goes along your head with the business aspect of things? Like, how do you reach out to people, to companies, or do you have sponsors?
Yeah, so in the first year, I did do a lot of outreach, letting them know that, we provide, Zumba as a way to boost energy, let loose. And so the first year, I did reach out a little bit to different organizers to see if they wanted to do like a Zumba icebreaker. But in my second year is when I actually connected with Alarco Events and Marketing. And so partnering with them really helped me grow in the community because they're all about supporting local. And so I did markets with them all through May to September, and so my feet hurt.
Yeah.
But like I'm doing something that I love.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
huge shout out to Alarco because I
Shout
think
out to Larco.
yes, they're amazing. Alarco Events and Marketing. They're your one-stop shop for all events, and really those girls help me embrace who I am. They help me to share what I love
Yeah.
with such a supportive community. And so now I'm in a place where people are reaching out to me, wanting to partner, collaborate on
And that's where
on
you
a
want to be,
fundraiser.
really.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I love being able to share Zumba as a way to do something good for people. So anytime there's a fundraiser involved or it's just, corporate wellness, it's just such a great way to connect people and
Yeah.
do something good for other people.
So you mentioned the first year. When was your first year? When did this all start?
So I got certified in 2018 to be a Zumba instructor, and at that time it was just like I wanna do it. It's so fun. I took my first class, and I'm like, I want to do what she's doing. Like she's smiling, she's singing, we're sweating and laughing. Like that's so cool. So at first it was more just like a hobby, and then I did a little bit of teaching, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
And so I thought I'm probably never gonna do it again. I didn't even think that I would renew my membership as a Zumba instructor.
Where was your first event? held?
My first event,
Yeah.
Zumba. Well, I
Or
went,
the first one you ever instructed?
so I was teaching with another like local business. I was one of their Zumba instructors, and so actually the Vinsley Recreation Center is one of the places that I did teach.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't, it wasn't Energize Z Fitness at the
Yeah.
time. I was just teaching there as an instructor. So
It was a big full circle moment.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like I was pregnant when I was teaching my last class there with my daughter. And so to like be back there and then to have my daughter in my
Yeah.
classes and teaching, like it's really
Yeah.
amazing.
No.
So yeah, it was different locations in the city that I was teaching, and I wasn't doing a lot of events.
Did you ever do an event at I forgot what the
Maybe food
community
trucks.
center? No, it's off Salter.
Yes, that's the one. Vinsley Recreation Center.
Is that
like
the-
yeah, it's at the
like,
very end of Salter.
At the hill?
Yes, where that
See,
sled is. Yes.
This is funny. I used to work at a photo booth called Fun Shots,
yeah.
and I worked at a Zumba event at that recreational center in 2018.
Way. Really?
2018.
Oh
I was
my
18 years
goodness.
old.
Was it a master class?
It was a master
Was
class.
it Jonathan Benoit
I can't remember
from
the name.
Montreal? Very French, very
Yeah.
awesome. No way, you
I-
were there.
I worked at the photo booth.
No way. So I went to that jam session. So Jonathan, he's a jammer and he teaches us choreography that he creates.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to make that master class, but I did see him that day. So I just missed you, but that's amazing that you were there.
Yeah.
And you also got to see Jonathan and the magic he brings, because Jonathan is who I hosted last year.
Mm.
And that's when I realized, like, it was such a dream come true to put together an event like that and to work with someone who was so humble and truly wants to spread love and good energy.
Yeah.
That is so cool that you were there.
Vince Lee, okay, so that's where that is.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And now we're back here. Like, this
in the
is
frame.
so cool. In the frame. I love that.
Wow.
Oh, awesome.
So Zumba, when did you start doing Zumba yourself?
So 2018 in March, I believe that's when I had switched careers, and where I was working, I was so excited to be there. I thought, oh, this is going to be awesome. And then I guess after the training happened, I'm like, oh, this is not at all what I thought it was going to be. And I was feeling very down and very sad. And like, I need to do something that's fun, that's going to make me happy and laugh, but still exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So then I found my first Zumba class with my friend Laura. And at the time we didn't really know each other, but I saw her on the stage and she was just like glowing and singing and dancing. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And after an hour, the class went by. I was laughing, sweating. I'm like, everyone needs to do this. How do I tell everyone?
Exactly.
And then months later is when there was an opportunity to become certified. I'm like, I have to. Like, this is what I need to do. And then fast forward to now, I'm just, spreading Zumba love everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment you had teaching Zumba?
Oh my gosh. My favorite moment, it's hard because if I have a big class or a small class, the size doesn't matter to me. It's usually whenever I see the face of like one of my members, the Zumba fam, and I see them really just get lost in the music and smile. Like it's hard to find the one moment.
Or it could be like event, like.
Well, I mean, I went to ZenCon last year, so that's a convention for all Zumba instructors.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my very first time going last summer, and that event really changed me. It really inspired me, and that's actually where I met Jessica Exposito. And I felt like when I was there were multiple moments where I was like, I'm exactly where I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on track. I belong here, and this is what's right for me. And so making that decision to leave my job, to pursue Zumba, to work with people at that convention is where I knew this is what I'm meant to do.
See, for me, everyone always messages, all my guests that I have, they always mention that there's conventions for what they do. Like the psychic I just had, she there was like a psychic convention they had.
Awesome.
Which I had no idea, and I had no idea there was a Zumba one.
Yes.
ZenCon.
Yes.
And there's just so many out there that anybody, whatever you do, if you just put yourself out there, you'll find what you're looking for, right?
Yes, and there's like thousands of people at this convention, right? And so like it's a beautiful thing for people to create conventions like that because you're really connecting and networking with so many different people all over the world, but you all love the same thing. And that's what it was. It was absolutely beautiful. And I have so much content that I haven't even been able to share all of it because it was surreal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's what we're bringing to Winnipeg with this masterclass. It's just a glimpse, a taste of what is at convention, of what Zumba really does for people, and it just makes you feel good, and you get lost.
And it's at the RBC Convention Center.
Yes, it's at the RBC Convention Center, and I'm so proud of that decision, which was very scary, let me tell you, because initially I had the space booked at my Zumba home at
Vince Lee.
That's correct. And so working with Alarco, they're very, very supportive, and they really supported me and helped me, believe that I can do this. And making that decision was one of the best because the person who's helping us coordinate our event there is actually a former Zumba instructor.
Oh, what?
Right?
No
So it's just the
way.
universe is
Yeah.
speaking to me. They give me the right people, and she's a vibe, and she's going to be dancing
Yeah.
there too. And it's the premium event center in Winnipeg, right? So
Yeah,
it really
no.
just enhances the event. And for Jessica, like, I'm so honored that she's coming all this way. So I really want her to feel all the love that we're going to give her in Winnipeg. And so having it at the RBC Convention Center is a dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
So
gonna be
tell me
awesome.
about the Zumba community here in Winnipeg.
There's a lot of us. There's a lot of Zumba instructors.
Mhm.
So many. And it's tough because we can't all go to each other's classes because we all teach on the same nights.
Yeah.
And so all of us really connect at these Zumba events. So I was just at one this past Friday. There was an event with another Zumba jammer. And so the community, we all love what we do. And so we all support each other. So all of the Zumba instructors
Yeah.
that I'm friends with are all going to be coming to this event. We promote each other's events. We come to each other's classes when we can. We dance together. We co-teach. It's a really beautiful community, and I'm very grateful that that I have those people to share this passion with. And I'm like a cheerleader at heart. So anytime like my friends are teaching, I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
girl. Like I love seeing my friends thrive and win, and I love to support
Yeah.
what they do.
Wow. So aside from Zumba, what is your plan for 2025 with your business?
Wow. Well, so I'm actually working on a second business, which is not official yet.
Okay.
And it's still in process, right?
Yeah.
But it's more geared towards marketing, social media management, event planning, because all the work that I've been doing as a Zumba instructor and all the community-based events have really helped me grow my network. And a lot of the people that I've met, they can feel my energy, right? And so they're looking for someone to add that energy to their brand, to their business.
Yeah.
So the goal for this year is to fully launch that second business.
What?
And it's going well. I'm very grateful for the connections that I've made. And yes, stay tuned for that official announcement. But I'm really, really grateful that I'm able to do what I love because of what Zumba brought to me. It was like that's my Zumba, my business baby, Energize Z Fitness. But like what I'm working on now is something that I can really see impact more people on a bigger scale, and I have the right people supporting me, and I've learned a lot with this business baby.
Did you have a name at all?
I do, but you're gonna have to wait.
What?
You know, you're gonna have to wait. Stay tuned. You'll have to
Okay,
call me
okay.
back here
We'll
for that one.
So, Eliza, and tell me about your Instagram page.
Oh, okay. So Energize Zumba. I couldn't make the Instagram handle my name because it's spelled like Alyssa.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at my bio, it actually has how you pronounce it,
Yeah,
right?
the
Like
pronunciation.
because in the Philippines, the way that it's spelled Alyssa is Alyssa, right? So my
Yeah.
dad, when he named me, you know, he loves Alyssa Milano, so he's like Alyssa, right? But then you come to Canada, everyone's like, "Oh, hi, Alyssa." So I couldn't have that as my Instagram because I'm like Zumba with Alyssa. I'm like, actually, so Energize Zumba is the brand because I'm all about the energy, right? And it's contagious, right? So when I first started that, it's really, I look back and I think it's so cute because I feel like it's just so amateur, the videos. I had like no background music to it. Like the videos from now till then have really come a long way.
Yeah.
And
you're really killing it too, like with the
thank
content.
you.
Like sometimes I'll just be like scrolling, like drinking coffee, and I'm like, oh wow, like it's
Oh,
not
thank
just
you so
Zumba, which is what I like. It's like it really taps into your personality and who you are and what you do. And I feel like that's the best thing you want to see from a business owner.
Yes,
right?
thank you so much.
Yeah.
And you know, done a lot of growing, a lot of experimenting. I'm sure you know, right, with different videos, different. There's so many like puzzle pieces to it, right? But I think it was when I really learned about like who is my target audience, who am I speaking to when I'm sharing these videos and my experiences? Who is it actually connecting with? And so a lot of the feedback I got from people that I know and my friends is that that piece about mental health, you know? So everything I do is about prioritizing my mental health, whether it's fitness, whether it's collaborating with my friends, supporting their businesses, events. It all comes back to you know, making sure that my cup is full. And so I can share something that's really embarrassing, like the Game Fest video of me wiping out. But I know that people love it because they're like, you know, she's a normal person. And when I create my content, it's really just keeping in mind that, you know, this is going to speak to someone. And if I can make one person feel good with what I share, even if it's just, you know, a personal experience or something inspiring, then I feel that my heart's full because I just want to make sure that whatever I do is actually making an impact.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the best kind of marketing too, where it's like you don't post exactly what you offer or what you do, but it draws the attention from the viewer. And I was like, oh, what does she do? Right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's so many pieces, like I said, like a puzzle piece to having a business. And so social media, content creation, that's all just like one hat that I wear, right? And so being a mom is another hat that I wear. So, you know, I try to share a little bit about my family life, and then fitness and how I balance, you know, my workload. Like there's so many parts to it. And I think it's important to show people a little bit of everything so that you can, you know, because on social media, it's not always what you see, right? Like it's, and so I've only recently started sharing parts about my challenges and my struggles, but that's what speaks to people. They're like, wow, like I quit my job because I was burning out, right? And that's a huge decision and very scary, but I got so much love and support from my friends and the community. And so going through all of that was like, you know, as long as you really love yourself, and I know it sounds cheesy, but if you really like focus on your happiness and what you do, then whatever you share, it's not going to matter because you're just doing what you love, right?
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah.
So, April 11th, Jessica Exposito, Eliza from Energize Z Fitness at RBC Convention Center. Here is a little demo.
Porque nuestro amor es algo sencillito, es la cosa pequeña, descubrí lo más bonito. Porque nuestro amor siempre ha estado escrito, como tú no hay dos, eres mi sitio favorito. Ver el cielo desde nuestra mirada, tu latido a mí me llenan el alma.
I feel great. I feel
energized?
I feel Zumba-fied. I want to be part of the Zumba fam now.
You are. You're officially part of the Zumba fam.
Yes.
Yes. We'll get
Thank
you
you
a
guys.
flamenco fan for the event.
I did it. I did it, Mom. I feel out of shape.
That was one song. We do a whole hour. And the master class is 90 minutes, but you don't have to dance the whole time. You know, you take breaks, but just be present, be in the moment, enjoy the music, and you will love it. You will.
Wow. No, yeah, I'm excited.
Who are you gonna bring? Are you gonna bring your mom? Everyone's
you know
mom loves Zumba, but
My mom does love Zumba, but I might bring my girlfriend. I don't know. I'll see. I'll see if
awesome.
she wants to go.
has she ever taken a Zumba class?
She hasn't. No.
Okay. Well, you
No.
can do a free trial with me to practice. We've got a few more classes
Yeah.
beforehand, and you know where I teach because
Yeah.
you've worked there.
That's
so
like. I mean, I don't want to like dox myself. That's walking distance
yes.
from where
Oh
I am.
no
Yeah.
way.
It's right there.
Okay, we have class tomorrow. I'll see you guys at 6 p.m.
Oh, you know what? Tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually sick tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you can
Yeah.
feel something's coming on,
Yeah.
hey?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Save your energy for the master class.
I think I'm gonna break my hand tomorrow.
Oh, no way. No, we need those for the flamenco moves.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
No, that was-
preserve your energy. You were great.
Thank you. No, you were great. That was
Oh,
awesome.
Thank you.
mean,
Thank you.
I've never done Zumba before, other than like on the Wii.
Yes, you have. I haven't
Yeah.
even done it on the Wii. Wow.
What? Yeah,
So you
there's
get
like-
a full experience,
Yeah.
Zumba and on the Wii. Awesome. Yeah,
'Cause-
no, it's a lot of fun. And that's just one rhythm of Zumba. There's merengue, there
Yeah.
is reggaeton, there is cumbia, salsa, bachata. There are so
Wow.
many different styles, and then there's hip hop. You know, they
Yeah.
really it's a diverse fitness program.
Yeah.
So any type of music you love, we can do Zumba to that.
Yeah. Wow. No, thank you so much. That was awesome. So, before we cut into the break, you mentioned the struggles and challenges that you went through.
Mhm.
What are some of those that you went through? You know, starting your own business, leaving your job, and just
Yes.
really going all in, especially as a mom.
Yes. So when I was feeling the burnout of my job, because I'm managing my small business, teaching Zumba, being a mom, and my work, you know, I really needed some time off to just collect myself and figure out what is it that I'm going through. And you know, and when I decided to take some time off work, I didn't get that support that I thought I had from my employer, and that was kind of a wake up call that sometimes where you work, you're not always going to be valued, right? And it's painful. But when I really made the decision to prioritize my mental health, because I felt like it was a very dark time for myself. I knew there was light at the end of the tunnel. And
Yeah.
so taking that time off work, I knew that there was going to be work involved for me, like some inner healing. And so I knew that I'd be able to get to the end of that tunnel and find the light. And when I was having my toughest moments, my fiance, he's the most supportive person ever. He's my best friend, and we're getting married in November.
Wow.
So thank you. I really don't think that I would be able to pursue what I love without him, because when I took that time off work, it was very scary. But he really encouraged me that to take my time to do what I love, and just that whatever I wanted to do, that he would support me. And taking that first trip to ZinCon last year was the first time I left my kids, and I cried. It was hard, but I knew that was like that trip was a gift to my soul. And he was like, you go, you have fun, the kids are fine. And without him, I wouldn't have been able to go on a trip like that.
Yeah.
And when I came back, like I felt like a whole new person. It was like I was meant, that's why I said I was meant to be there in that moment, and that everything that happened last year happened for a reason. And he really like held my hand and got me through those tough times.
Yeah.
And in all challenges, right? With starting a business, starting a new business, with our kids, managing schedules, and spending that quality time together as a couple, right? There's a lot of challenges, but really when you are open to communication and growing together, I think, really you can get through anything as long as you really lead with love.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it sounds
yeah.
super cheesy, but but there's so much love that can be given out there to people, right? So I think life's too short to be negative, right? So You have to
Exactly.
prioritize your happiness and do what you love.
Yeah. And you mentioned like feeling burnt out, and I've when you say that to me, especially like as with what you do now, did you use like Zumba as like an outlet?
Absolutely. Yes, because that is why I started doing Zumba, was because work was feeling like awful and I was burning out. I'm like, I need a place to escape. It felt like that's the moment where I can just be me. There's no responsibilities. There's nothing else matters in that room. It's my time. It's my self-care. It's all about me in that room. And so Zumba, every time I teach a Zumba class, nothing else matters, you know? And even if I'm having a bad day, and that happens still, right? I know that the people that come to my class as well, they might have had a bad day, right? Or they need something to lift them up. And so even if I'm not having a great day, I fake it, because I know that they're there to escape whatever they're going through, and I'm there to give them that energy that I know they need. So my classes, when I'm an instructor, it's not about me, it's about them.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, if I have a class that's a small group or a big group, like I really try to make eye contact and engage, and the person who is not smiling in the class, it's my goal to make them smile.
Yeah.
So if I do that, then I've done my job, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Zumba is a great outlet for stress. It's a great way to boost energy. And it's like,
And it's a great way to work out too.
absolutely, you don't even
Because-
realize you're working out.
You know, when me and my friends, we used to go to the gym a lot, and obviously you're gonna have those days where you just don't feel motivated at all. And they're playing the same songs at the gym, and everything is taken, and you end up waiting for a machine longer than you actually use it to work out.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Zumba and these classes, it really adds that experience to working out.
Yes, and I
Right.
find that that's why people stay. You know, we come for the workout because we want to, you know, work on our personal goals. But I think everyone has stuck around because they can feel that sense of community.
Yeah.
You know, you're there, and you're all there to forget everything that's on the outside and just be with the people.
Exactly.
And share in that moment and be present. And sorry, that's why we call it the Zumba fam, because really I've had a lot of members come in, and you know, life happens, right? People come and go, but the people that have really stuck around, you can see that they're there because of what we've all built together. And that's what it feels like, and that's what I always want it to feel like at my events, in my classes. I'm really a big I've lost my words, but it's just making sure that everything that I do is about being with the people and building that community. It's really important to me.
The Zumba fam.
Yes, the Zumba,
Zumba fam.
fam. Shout out Zumba fam. I love you guys.
I keep on, for some reason, I keep thinking of Zabumafu.
Oh,
Every time I say Zumba fam.
you're gonna go say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Zumba. I can't
It's
even
me,
say it.
you, and Zabumafu.
Zaboomafum. I'll have to practice that.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Well, yeah. Wow. No. So, Zumba, April 11th,
Yes.
Jessica Exposito
Yes.
at the RBC Convention Center.
Yes.
If you guys aren't there, then we're going to have a problem.
You know what? You're going to regret not being there.
Yeah.
It's a one night only experience. I only host these master classes once a year. So
Yeah.
you will regret.
Once a year?
Yes. Well, it's a lot of planning,
Yeah.
a lot of work. And when I do something, I like to give it my all, right? So
Yeah.
I would rather spend all of that time and energy putting together something absolutely unforgettable. And then it creates that excitement for the following year. So last year was so amazing. And this year is going to be so much bigger, so much more energy, so much more passion. And Jessica Exposito, I can't say enough about her. She's absolutely inspirational. I cried the entire time I was in her flamenco flow class.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's happening to me? Like, I just keep crying, and she would look at me and I would cry more. And it was really just the music, the room, and the energy. And you
Yeah.
feel like, wow, like you're just, yeah. Have you ever been so inspired when
Yeah.
you see someone? You're just like, is this even real? And so at the end of her class, actually, when we're all cheering for her,
Yeah.
she started to cry because she's so grateful for everybody that was there, and she's all about the people. And so when I hugged her and I cried and I said, I would love to bring you to Winnipeg for them to feel what I'm feeling right now. And so it's a dream come true that she's coming here. I'm so grateful. And
honestly, it's a dream come true from how far you've gone too.
yes,
With your business, Alarco, everything you have planned, and I'm excited to see where you go with it.
thank you so much.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Eliza, for coming in. April 11th, RBC Convention Center.
Yes, get your tickets now, energizezumba.com.
Follow her on Instagram, everywhere. Go to her classes, Vince Lee. This has been In the Frame with Eliza from
Thank you.
Energize
Thank you.
Z Fitness.
Let's dance it out.